guys, how are ya? Give you a New Year's message here, since I'm sure everybody's going to be celebrating. Three of Cups came out. See, everybody will be hanging out with people. And then we got the moon cards, and it's also a new moon, actually. I think it's in Capricorn. So we know what kind of message is coming out here. New moon, it's saying shadow though. Maybe, well, I'm getting the impression of like just accepting all aspects of yourself is a suggestion. Following your intuition this upcoming year. Acknowledging emotions, but not allowing them to control how you make decisions. Using your logic for that. There might be a balancing and a change in your finances or material assets, maybe. Or you might be going through some changes. Somebody might be renewing a mortgage, buying a new home, getting a mortgage. Switching banks. Weighing options. Judgment, it didn't come out, but might be weighing options about switching something in the new year. Interesting. Nine of Swords. Something that you're switching, you might be a little stressed about, might be worried about the details of it. Worried about there might be something hidden in the contract, maybe. I just saw the Seven of Swords, so there might be some fear about that. Just reread the details, read every part of the contract really well. It's got the King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, don't allow your emotions to interfere with making logical decisions. Six of Swords in the reverse. Usually that's moving on to something smoother waters, moving on to a easier point or time. Hangman. You might be waiting on a call, waiting for a decision to be made, and that's where you're going to make changes. Two of Cups. It might be somebody you work close with, or somebody you deal with on the regular, often. If this is a relationship, Two of Cups is just like a connection with somebody. It doesn't have to be intimate. It could be a connection with a family member, friend. It might be somebody that you lost contact with or made a change that upset somebody. So it's almost like you can't move forward without rectifying something that went wrong in the connection. One more for this. One more for this. Why this Two of Cups? Yeah, something ended. Ten of Swords. Yeah, there was an ending to a connection. It could have been a friendship with a family member. Could have had a falling out. Maybe somebody was like overly emotional, and that's why there was a Knight of Swords on the bottom as well. Yeah, somebody might have flown off the handle and not been rational with their emotions at the time. Maybe they've... With the casket in there, it could have been over a will. Could be POA, items in a will. Over the care of a loved one that might be ill, too. Might be on their... they might be close to passing. So maybe that's why somebody's emotions are not stable. It's because they're stressed and they're worried about this person. Interesting. So it's almost like they're stressed out, they're not sleeping maybe, and that's where the Nine of Swords comes in. Suffering in silence. They might not be telling anybody that they're burnt out. Somebody could be burnt out as well. Temperance. In the reverse though, So it's almost like they feel like they don't have enough time to get something done. So if somebody's about to pass, they might feel like they don't have enough money or enough time to change their will. Or they might not have enough money to get personal care. If the state of the loved one changed overnight, maybe. Or if somebody had passed, there might be feuding over a will, items, assets, maybe. Hermit. Hermit. With there being a large one and a small one, it's almost like there might be an older sibling that's supposed to be the guiding light, or the older sibling is expected to take care of somebody or something within the family. Queen of Wands. This person might be expected to do it because they've always like performed miracles or able to do things, and they might not have always asked for help. But it's almost like this person at this time actually needs assistance, needs support, needs help to get through this because their emotions, they might be quite emotional about this. Yeah, might be over a mother figure or female figure that they're close to. This person might not be true for everybody, but this person is single. Or this could be if you're the person that's ill, if their first partner had passed away or something, so they were widowed, and then they met somebody else. This new partner that they have might be causing conflict as well. They might be causing conflict within the family, trying to kind of see how the fish is coming into window. It's almost like they're imposing themselves on family affairs that might not necessarily be their business. Or they might be with the Nine of Cups. Maybe this partner might be with somebody for the benefits that they could get. Because with the Ten of Cups in behind, that's usually a happy card. But again, I go by the depictions in this deck. And it's almost like they're inserting themselves into family affairs for their own happiness. And on this one, there's an elephant. She's riding it, so it's almost like there's an elephant in the room and no one wants to speak up about it. It's not really a good New Year's message to come out for this. It's coming out in the cards. So there definitely might be like conflict or an ending or something in regards to the communication. Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's lots of communication about what's fair and just. So there's definitely something that's being discussed about fairness, just, or what's in a contract. A will is a contract as well. A marriage, divorce even. Business, it could be a business. Taxes, like it could be something about taxes as well. This person's not able to pay taxes, someone might have to pay their taxes for them. There's a wish, somebody's wishing for, so with the star and the High Priestess on the bottom, it's almost like they're praying for an answer, like the right way to go or way out of this so that they aren't harmed or affected. They're praying for an answer, praying for help, maybe to God or whatever you believe in. What else is going on in here, Spirit? I just want to hold my deck up in the reverse. Yeah, something didn't go as smooth or wasn't victorious as they thought it would. Three of Swords. Somebody was definitely hurt in this scenario. If this is in regards to somebody that's ill or who had just passed, they might be expected to do all the work. It was almost like... I said that before, but it's or you want to know what I'm also getting is that somebody was the one that put in all the work. So if this was a parent and this is one of the siblings or somebody that was close to them, one of the siblings went over and checked on them, did care. They were the main caregiver for this person or this situation. They were responsible, and it's almost like it breaks their heart that there was an injustice possibly, or there might be a threat of injustice. With the Three of Swords, and the Hierophant talks about beliefs, what you're committed to. Something that you're, like, you die on the cross for kind of thing, carrying your own cross. Could definitely have to do with money or related to assets, money with the King of Pentacles. That's Capricorn energy. Oh no, sorry. That's Taurus energy. But so is the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy as well. So this definitely could have to do with money and assets, savings, wherever money is in regard to, or where money is put. Maybe something's being divided 3 ways with the Three of Swords as well. Way too many cards came out. I just saw the Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. This definitely looks like there was like a fight over something. And with the Four of Pentacles, they're usually just like something that's in, like, being held on to, not letting go of, and somebody's like charging towards the Four of Pentacles that are being held on to. But there's Five of Swords with conflict, verbal conflicts most likely, clashing, verbal clashing. I won't take them all, but somebody's going to be victorious. I just saw the Six of Wands and the Knight of Cups in the upright. So the success of this outcome is determined by the ability of maintaining your emotional control. Basically, if there is verbal conflict in regards to contracts or any kind of legalities, that's what will determine the outcome. I mean, there's always a lesson behind everything. Even if it feels like you're being punished, you're not being punished. Usually it's just, because karma is action, right? So it's almost like there's always like a, I don't want to say consequence, but there's always an outcome, or maybe you might not see the outcome of an action from the past until like way in the future. So maybe if there was an injustice, there was an injustice in the past, and it's kind of just balancing itself out, where the other person gets justice from the past, maybe. Or maybe somebody's not getting something based on an action in the past. Maybe that's why I'm kind of talking about this, or it's coming up. The moon. Definitely something that was done at night or done in secret. With the lobster coming out of the water. Definitely something that, like, was triggered, but like their emotions were triggered. It's almost like somebody feels like they have some control, but not enough control to make it happen in their favor. Maybe. Seven of Wands, having to defend something. So that if somebody did invest time or money into something, or somebody, they were the main caregiver. Ten of Swords. Yeah, the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, like Ten of Pentacles just talks about like wealth, legacy, money, abundance of money. So there just might be something, somebody might have got cut off from money. I don't know if that makes sense. There's definitely a woman involved in this. I just saw the Queen of Cups and she came out now with an Emperor. There could be a secondary person, so if this is your parent's second spouse, maybe that's where the conflict's coming in, or a sibling, a female sibling. Because the Emperor usually matches with the Empress, and we got the Queen of Cups here, so this doesn't feel like it could be a mother, stepmother, sister, sibling of some sort. Somebody that was, or a child. It could even be a child too. She looks sad in the picture, so it's almost like, and the Emperor's looking away from her. So it's almost like she's disappointed about something. So this other woman, I just saw the King of Swords. That's Aquarius energy. Yeah, I have Cancer energy here. I have Aries. I have Pisces. I have Pisces again. I have... Just bear with me here, sorry. Judgment. There was definitely a decision made. There was a judgment call about something. These people look like they're iced over. So maybe there was somebody left out, or they feel like somebody's cold towards them because of a decision that's being made, or they're afraid somebody's going to be cold towards them because of a decision that's been made. Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Maybe because they feel they didn't get enough. The person might be upset because they felt they didn't get enough. They felt they deserved more. And this, maybe the person that was being like the giver thought it was fair. It's what they felt like they wanted to give. So there's definitely a difference in perception. Let's get some cards. Let's see what's happening. The old version of you. So maybe there's like, one more for that. Maybe this is kind of what this is talking about, because I just got assume for the, I was just clarifying it, the old version of you and assume. It's almost like the old version of you or this person may have assumed, like in the past, that they would get more, they deserved more, and they're learning the lesson of that the person that's giving will determine what you're worthy of getting, because it is theirs to give. You can't just assume that you're deserving of it when it's not yours. You should be grateful for what you get, maybe. What else is happening here? On the defense, yes, somebody is definitely... Oh, I just saw ashamed. Is that what I saw? Yeah. On the defense and ashamed. One more for this, please. Minimalist. Yeah, I could definitely see how there's like multiple people involved in this situation. It's like somebody just cares for the person that might not be well, might have passed. They don't really care about items with the word minimalist here. So they might be more emotional and feeling at a loss. And the other person that's not content with what they've gotten or what they're going to get. They may have said something that they feel ashamed of. This person that assumed they were supposed to get more or wanted to get more or thought they'd have more control and don't have control. Whatever this may be, this person might be feeling shame. What are they feeling? Like, what are they going to do instead? Imagined a different version of them. Yeah, it's almost like they've had some time to reflect, or they could later, or even you couldn't foresee them acting this way. If this is you could have been the one that overreacted as well. Switch the roles, or wherever, if this applies to you, if not. But it's almost like you didn't expect a reaction of that person like you did. Or the person that was giving or died or whatever, you didn't expect them to assign things the way they did. Whatever contract or agreement and commitment that happened here, there's multiple people involved. And it's almost like the final judgment is out. So it's like nothing that can be, it's like in writing, so it can't be changed. There just needs to be acceptance over this. There could be grandchildren involved as well, because I see little people in here. Yeah. It was like you saw a side of somebody that you didn't expect to see. You didn't realize that they were that... you might not have fought back, or if you did, you might have agreed with this person too, with this people-pleasing card. Because you didn't want to fight anymore. You didn't want to fight over stuff. You wanted to try and keep your relationship with them, but in the end it ended anyway because they were more worried about what they were receiving. I'm going to do a little bit more. Oh, I just saw justice again. There's definitely scales being... Something wasn't fair. And, or somebody felt that it was unfair. There's like everybody has a different stance on what's happened. And it's like, no, maybe there needs to be a sit down. What needs to happen here? What needs to happen? Yeah. Ace of Cups. It's almost like you gotta understand where they're coming from, but then have them understand where you're coming from with the Devil. It's almost like... Because the Devil usually talks about like attachment, addiction, unhealthy behavior possibly, or being attached or bound to something too. It's how those two are chained. So it's almost like you couldn't even get out of doing. It's like if you had to deliver a message, because I did see the swords here. It's almost like you had to deliver a message to somebody, and you didn't want to be the person to do that, but you were just doing the work that you were asked to do with the Three of Pentacles, and you thought that they'd be happy with what was being offered to them. Hangman and Hermit underneath. So it's almost like, because this is all kind of unexpected out of nowhere, and it was kind of like a blow up, it's like you're going to have to try and find another way to approach this, or approach them, talk with them. Maybe that's where the wish is like, what do I say? I'm asking for advice on what to say, what to do, like with these 4 cards. Because this Hierophant, or Hermit, is holding a lantern with a star in it, and this is the star that came out earlier. So it's almost like he's looking for, he's hoping that it'll change, hoping the person will use their logic instead of their emotion. I guess I'll get like maybe a couple more cards. I'm going to try and keep this one short. I just saw the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Wands. Yeah, it's like somebody's like tired of fighting over stuff, fighting over something. They're fed up with it. Definitely something happened like out of nowhere, the Tower. But this was meant to happen. Again, it kind of split, but it's almost like the Tower had to happen so that you could see what... because if it didn't happen now, it would have happened in the future anyway. So it's almost like now you kind of know the type of person they are. They didn't portray themselves authentically. Now you can see with the or the Page of Swords, you're kind of like peeking like their true intentions. If this person's still alive, maybe they're trying to convince somebody to change their will. 8 of Swords. They might be stuck in a bad place, and that's why they're so desperate for whatever control or money, or to get a contract or get somebody bound to them. Oh, it sounds so but it's coming out, so it is what it is. Again, justice. Yes, there's definitely something contractual, something about fairness. It's Libra. It definitely has to do with multiple people connected to this for sure. I don't know what else I need to pull on this. I'm just going to do some advice cards. I'm going to do 2 piles of advice just so we can have an idea if there's multiple people involved. Like their lessons or their advice. Maybe lessons for the person number 1. Passion and fire. The summer solstice. Whatever's happening might kind of clear up or be dealt with by summer. If this is assets or something being divvied out or something, it might be... there might be jewelry involved. There might be a piece of jewelry or some sort of... if something was taken, it might have to be returned. If it wasn't... It says physical cheating, but if this is a divorce, I mean, there might be a ring that's asked back. Or if it's a breakup, there might be jewelry asked back by the summer. They might ask for something. Something to do with jewelry in the summer. Or it's almost like you get your confidence back to deal with that. Yeah, so for the second person, there's compassion with love, iceberg and submerge, and then autumn, equinox with release. It's almost like the other person, it's almost like you have more compassion than the other person, or this person needs to learn compassion. And they need to let go of things, so it's almost like it's not up to them. But it's like they keep it under wraps just so people don't peep their true intentions. But they could be in like this person that's lacking, that needs to release, and things that they keep hidden. It's almost like they feel like they won't be loved truly if they speak honestly about their intentions. It might not be accepted. They might not get what they ask for. Maybe that's what happened like in a childhood circumstance or experience. They might not have gotten what they'd asked for. It's almost like this other person, like, we have lots of fire with the jewelry and the, so somebody might act out of impulse too. And they might take the jewelry, take something of value. But we did get Taurus, so there might be something that was taken, and then they have to return it. Or they'll return it out of guilt. I'm going to get 2 more cards. Lost opportunity. Abundance mindset. So it's almost like this person that is kind of like hiding their true intentions, or that need to have more compassion and let things go. They're definitely like, they're feeling like there was a lost opportunity. They lost out on an opportunity. And they need to learn how to have an abundance mindset, because that's where they have lack. And maybe that's why they desperately want money, want control, want something. Like they feel like they lack it, and they need to learn to have an abundance mindset. Alright, so overall message for this. I mean, the thing that you want the most, and the thing you chase the most, and the thing that you feel like you can't live without, or you don't want to live without, something you become dependent. This could be a codependent situation too. Yeah, wake up call. There's definitely, so this is like a group message basically. So it's something that you're attached to. You're going to learn how to detach quickly. And it's going to be a wake up call. So it's almost like you attach to an outcome that you have no control over, or it's something that you are codependent on. The universe has a way of showing you that it's not healthy for you to be codependent or be dependent or obsess over something. Or if you value it so much, you will learn that it's not the only thing that's of value in this life. So if somebody's like really focused on money or driven by money, they'll be shown through like experiences that there's other things that are of importance if they've been neglecting other aspects of your life. Because the whole point is to live in balance. So I mean, you can value money, chase money, want money, but you still need to like wind and activation. So that's actually like a wake up call and an activation. So I'm getting the impression that like the universe is really trying to teach these people within this dynamic something. Shape shifting. It's almost like you need to you have to be adaptable. There's a need to be adaptable in life and try and have balance. Misunderstandings, yeah. So it's almost like through these misunderstandings or something that you thought you valued the most, you end up learning that you valued something else. You will learn that you value something else more through the loss of the thing that you thought you wanted, maybe. Misunderstanding. Domestic pets. There might be a pet involved here. Maybe somebody might have to take somebody's pet if they had passed away or they're ill. What do I got? Ceremony. Yeah, so ceremony could be anything. If it's like a wedding or a divorce, a ceremony, it could also be a celebration of life, funeral, preparation. Yeah, so there's like a ceremony that somebody's having to put time and effort into, so there might be planning involved, and it would make it really hard if these people weren't getting along, especially if it's like family. It would make it uncomfortable for other people around them. And maybe that's something that needs to be considered too. So it's almost like this whole scenario, like if you look at the whole picture of who's learning what, and if somebody's upset, like you kind of have to understand where they're coming from, what they're going through at that time in their life. And you might be able to have compassion for, it might not, like you don't have to accept and it's not appropriate to do that or treat people poorly. But you could probably understand why they're acting the way they're acting. Or maybe they just don't know any better, and you're meant to teach them, another way of doing it. You're activating other people just because they're learning through your reactions, right? Or somebody's reacting to your reaction too, right? So you can't, if you don't always take into account that somebody might be responding to the way that you treated them, or you're reacting to the way that they treated you, they aren't taking that into account. And then they're saying that you were mean, or you're not, like whatever they want to call you or say that you were, but they're telling people that they said something to you first and that triggered you. I don't know. I'm hoping that this helps. Like there's not much else I can say. I don't want to losing sleep. I don't want to keep this going for too long. I'm sure everybody's got better things to do on New Year's Eve. Maybe not, but if you don't, I mean, yeah, thanks 1010. You may see 1010 or be seeing 1010, the number 1010. Oh, verbal agreement. Yeah, because if this was a verbal agreement that you'd made with somebody, and then they went back on their word because it wasn't in writing, maybe this was a lesson about if you're doing money matters or anything, you should put it in writing instead of having it in a verbal agreement because there's no proof of it. So there might be a loss because of that. Town, why town? Forging a new path. So it's almost like somebody might move away after this is all done and dealt with. Somebody might move, start a new life somewhere. But it's almost like, again, like when we were talking about people's reactions and stuff like that, it's almost like you have to show people, you have to forge your own path and change if you don't want to be with like your family. If there's people in your family that you rather not be like, I mean, you have to change. You have to be the one to change and show how to change because some people don't know any differently. So you almost got to be the leader in that sense, right? I don't know. I think I'm going to call it quits here. Research. Maybe if there is something you need legal counsel on, maybe like you need to talk to a legal representative about it if you aren't sure. But this is definitely family matters. They're tough. And I hope everybody, I hope everything works out for your highest good. It usually does anyway, even if it doesn't feel like it's in your favor. There's a lesson to be learned from that. Alright, well, happy New Year's, guys. Have a good day. Bye.